In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NFL games happening on August 10th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. The Miami Dolphins, coming off an 8-9 record in 2024 and missing the playoffs, are under pressure to bounce back. Head coach Mike McDaniel has overseen significant roster moves, including a blockbuster trade sending cornerback Jalen Ramsey to Pittsburgh in exchange for All-Pro safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. The secondary now boasts veterans like Jordan Poyer and Kendall Fuller, while the defensive front added Calais Campbell and first-round pick Kenneth Grant alongside Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. Offensively, Tua Tagovailoa, fresh off a 4-year, $212.4 million extension, leads the charge with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle as his primary targets. However, the backfield lost Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr., replaced by Alexander Mattison and Devon Achane, and the tight end spot remains a question mark after trading Jonnu Smith. The offensive line, post-Terron Armstead's retirement, relies on younger talent like Patrick Paul and newcomer James Daniels. Miami's explosive potential is there, but last season's struggles, especially in the run game, raise concerns about balance. The Chicago Bears, after a dismal 5-12 finish in 2024 that led to Matt Eberflus's midseason firing, are rebuilding under new head coach Ben Johnson. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams showed flashes last year despite growing pains, and Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Johnson remains a defensive cornerstone. GM Ryan Poles revamped the roster, shoring up the offensive line with Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Delman after allowing a league-worst 68 sacks in 2024. The defense added Grady Jarrett and Dio Odiengbo, while draft picks like tight end Colston Loveland and wide receiver Luther Burden III give Williams new weapons alongside DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift. Returning defenders like Tremaine Edmonds bolster the unit, but issues like a weak pass rush and inexperience suggest 2025 is more about growth than contention. With Johnson's offensive mind at the helm, there's hope for progress, especially with an improved line protecting their young quarterback. Looking at the matchup, the Dolphins have heavily invested in the past 2 off-seasons without delivering a title contender. Their offense, once a strength, faltered in 2024, particularly on the ground, and losing Mostert doesn't inspire confidence in a quick fix. Expect Miami to lean on the pass, but with Chicago potentially keying in on that tendency, pressure could force mistakes from Tagovailoa. The Bears, meanwhile, addressed key offensive woes, line protection and skill positions stand out, and face a Miami defense that struggled against the pass last year without major upgrades. Chicago's offseason moves suggest they could exploit those gaps, even in a preseason setting. I'm inclined to agree that the Bears look like the deeper squad for a preseason game, where rotations and new faces often dictate outcomes. Their roster improvements, especially on offense, give them an edge against a Dolphins team with lingering balance issues. Ben Johnson's debut might be conservative, but the talent infusion provides a spark. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Bears to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the scoring front, both teams have uncertainties that point to a cautious approach. Johnson's new schemes with young Bears players might need time to gel, and he could hold back strategically in preseason. For Miami, Tyreek Hill's limited practice raises doubts about his participation, and their running game remains unproven after last season's struggles. It's hard to see either offense hitting full stride right out of the gate in a Week 1 exhibition. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Saints versus Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers are set to host the New Orleans Saints in the wrap-up to this week's preseason slate, marking the kickoff of the full Week 1 action for 2025 and giving us our first glimpse at this revamped Saints squad on the field. For the Chargers, it's their second tune-up after honoring Antonio Gates' Hall of Fame induction last Thursday with a dominant 34-7 rout of the Lions. Los Angeles kicked off the preseason 1-0 by dismantling Detroit 34-7 in the Hall of Fame clash, storming to a 14-0 lead early before Detroit clawed one back to make it 14-7, only for the Chargers to pull away decisively. They tacked on 2 field goals in the third and a late touchdown to ice it, outgaining the Lions 261-197, converting 4 of 13 third downs, and dominating the turnover battle 5-0. Trey Lance looked sharp, going 13-20 for 120 yards and 2 scores, with DJ Uiagalelei chipping in 2-3 for 25 yards. Kamani Vidal powered the ground game with 37 yards and 2 touchdowns. Keandre Lambert-Smith hauled in 2 grabs for 43 yards and a touchdown. And on defense, Emily Johnson paced with 7 tackles, while Morris Brash and Edwards each notched a sack. The Chargers went 1-2 in last year's preseason, dropping tight ones to the Seahawks 16-3 and Rams 13-9 before closing strong with a 26-19 win over the Cowboys. Justin Herbert's sitting this one out, and it looks like Heineke might join him on the sideline, paving the way for plenty more Trey Lance under center. The Saints stumbled to a 5-12 mark last season, tying for 3rd in the National Football Conference South with the Panthers after a hot start with 2 wins gave way to a brutal 7-game slide that defined their year. They notched victories over the Panthers, Cowboys, Falcons, Browns, and Giants, but fell to the Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs, Buccaneers twice, Broncos, Chargers, Panthers, Rams, Commanders, Packers, and Raiders. New Orleans averaged 20 points per game while allowing 23.4. In last year's preseason, they finished 1st to 2nd, edging the Cardinals 16-14 before dropping to the 49ers 16-10 and Titans 30-27. With a quarterback battle brewing, expect Spencer Rattler, Tyler Show, and Jake Haener to all see time as they vie for the top spot. The big question for New Orleans heading into Week 1, will Spencer Rattler or 2025 second-rounder Tyler Show grab the starting nod? Both are getting a real shot, but neither inspires total confidence yet. And no matter who wins out, new head coach Kellen Moore faces an uphill climb. The Saints lack elite talent across the board, with some pundits pegging them as the league's weakest roster overall. They're piecing together a lot of fresh faces under Moore and a new defensive coordinator, while the Chargers already shook off the rust with that 34-7 thrashing of the Lions last week. Preseason boils down to the reserves, and Los Angeles boasts solid QB depth with Taylor Heineke, a proven starter in regular season spots, slated to kick things off, backed by former top pick Trey Lance. New Orleans counters with rookie Show dueling Rattler, who completed just 57% in his 7 appearances last year. The Chargers have won each of their past 5 preseason victories by 7 or more, so with the Saints' youth and talent gaps, I'm fading New Orleans and riding Los Angeles to cover as +1 underdogs in this opener. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Chargers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. New Orleans is breaking in a new defensive coordinator, and while camp drills help, nothing matches live reps. Expect some hiccups after the Chargers hung 34 on Detroit just last week. The Saints' pass D ranked 28th a year ago, setting up Heineke for a strong showing. That said, the Saints' QB competition could spark some offense, with Show bringing his big college numbers and Rattler hungry for the gig, both eager to impress. These teams tangled in last year's preseason, with New Orleans dropping 22 points, and the overs hit in all 5 of the Chargers' recent games. Both sides are gunning for a strong start, but the Saints have extra incentive, rotating at least 3 quarterbacks, all pushing to air it out and make statements. With Lance building on his solid outing against the Lions, look for both attacks to click and deliver a high-scoring affair that sails over the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.